I've had this commission for quite a while now, and the collector and I couldn't decide on which image to use. We went back and forth. Finally, we've narrowed it down, and it's time to get started. First thing I'm going to do is tone this white canvas. I don't always tone my canvas. Actually, I rarely tone my canvas, but I've done some studies, I've done some preliminary work. It's going to be best for me to tone this canvas, give it a nice cohesive start. It's also a little intimidating, this big of a canvas. It's bright white. Toning it's going to take a little bit of that pressure off, be a little more familiar. While the tone is drying, we're going to do another little study just to get the blood flowing. This painting, seriously, is probably going to be one of the hardest paintings I've done. It's an interior forest scene in winter, and so there's a lot of intricate things going on, but as I always do, my goal is to really simplify it, but that it still has that characteristic of the space. It has a characteristic of the trees that are there, but I don't have to paint every bare branch that's in the scene. Here's a little study that I did to give you an idea of what we're going for. And so with it being a late winter scene, I'm going to tone my canvas with a warm gray. I don't want it to be too orange, and I don't want it to be too muted. Just a nice warm gray is what I'm going for. I'm happy with that as a tone. We'll set this to the side and then do another little study. And I want to say something about the subject matter, and we'll take a better look at it soon. But it's the kind of scene that I love to paint because it's really a mundane scene. It's going to be this tree in this kind of lowland, bottomlands that's really wet. It gets flooded a lot in East Texas under these big cypress trees, and it's the kind of scene that I think a lot of people would look at and go, "You're like, that's going to be a painting? Like that guy wants a 48 by 60 of that scene?" And I think that often we get trapped into this thinking of beauty that if it's not this spectacular scene, if it's not, late evening sunlight or a spectacular sunset or the Grand Canyon, we often don't find it as beautiful. And I think that what a lot of artists are attempting to do is to show people how beautiful, simple, and mundane things can be. And I think this subject is perfect for that, and it's one of the reasons I'm excited about painting it. So here's the scene that we're going to be painting, and this is really going to be about this old ironwood tree here sitting under these huge cypress trees. That's the whole concept of this painting. And so he loves the kind of twisting and turning the canopy that this ironwood tree makes, and then it's going to have this nice late light on the distant trees, and then this wonderful orange coming in on these taller trees. And I'll probably exaggerate that. I'll probably pull it into a few more areas. So that's the basic idea of the painting. Now let's do a study, and then we'll get rolling on the big one. And that's the general idea I'm going for. Let's do the big one. It's an intimidating size, and I don't want to overthink it, so let's just jump straight in. I didn't record the process, but I unstretched this painting, I rolled it up, we drove to Texas to visit family. The collector who has commissioned this painting lives here in Texas, so I've stretched it back out in my dad's shop, and I'm going to use it as a little studio space to put the final touches on it. I'm happy with the overall feeling. I'm happy with where it's headed. It's just not quite there. So everything just needs some work, but I'm here. I'm only here for another week or so, and I got to finish it off. So I'm happy to kind of have the pressure to get this thing wrapped up. The collector has seen some little preview snippets of it. He's really excited about it. I'm excited about it. Then I got to build a frame for it. So let's do it.
Yes, David. What you
Oh! Who did that?
The wind.
Oh, not the
Hold
dog.
on, don't look.
Don't look. I don't see any color on the concrete. That's the good thing.
Isn't that cool?
Daddy, thank you.
It did. Oh my gosh, it's so cool.
I know where this is too.